I'm Wes Cole, and I'm a finalist for the beef production placement area. I work here for my grandpa. Pretty much, we call this ranch the Rat Gulch, and this is kind of the main ranch. This is the headquarters of it all, and other than that, we got the west side. And I pretty much just cowboy for my grandpa. I'll take care of most of his cows. I'll feed and do other stuff like that, fix fence. And this place right here is probably about 4,500 acres, and then you got the west side, and that's quite a bit out there. There's probably about 10,000 out there. Right now we're running about 3,000 head right now. Whenever I'm done feeding on my way out, I'll check all the water. So then everything gets checked every day. I'll check all the cows when I'm feeding them. I'll check all the fence while I'm feeding. And I'll check all the water on my way back to the yard. So I kind of just really check everything when I'm here. Brand like February, January, and a little bit into August. We'll gather everything. We'll sort our cows and calves off, and we'll invite a bunch of family friends, and everybody will come, and we will get you branded calves. So we'll have our calves in a pen, and we'll do sets of 10. So and you'll have your first set of ropers, and your first set of ropers will rope, and then after that set's done, then you'll get to rope, and then vice versa. The safety measures I take are looking at where I'm always at, because you got to know where you're going, because you could be running after some sick cow or something, and there could be a cliff in front of you, you don't know, and you're gonna go flying off it, or if you don't know where all these squirrel holes are, your horse gonna step in it, and you're just gonna trip over, and you're gonna have a horse with a broken leg. And taught was like, don't put your hands where they're not supposed to be. Like, you don't want to put your hands like right in here and like try to give a shot or something if the cow's head's this way, but that way, vice versa. Don't put your hands anywhere near this whenever you're not operating it. And then other deals are like, you kind of see like a cow is pretty jumpy and waspy and like kind of charging at you. You kind of want to go to mark out like your fence post and just bail up it if she starts coming after you. Other deal is like this alleyway. It's not really a deep alley, so most of the time when you have bigger cattle come in here, they'll want to kind of just hop up here and say hello to you. So you kind of got to watch your head around that, because I had a few like jump up and pop me in the chin, but these those poles, and so when you use them, you have cows in here, you pretty much just want to steer clear of it, because when those cows, you go to slide it in, the cow will kick it. And if you're like right here, you're putting it in, there's your legs. So some skills I've learned over working here is I've learned how to feed cattle during a dry year. So, I mean, we had the drought back in 2015. I don't know when it started, but that's whenever I really remember being a little kid. And we went and got those feed wagons, and we were feeding almond hulls while everybody else was spending X amount of dollars buying $15 a bale. And hey, we were buying a couple $100 in a truckload of almond hulls, and we were feeding our cattle that way. If I find a cow that's sick, and I'll just go run out there and rope her real quick and trip her. And so how I trip her is I'll rope those cows, and I'll get my horse as close as I can get to that cow, and I'll shorten up. So shorten up is where you're literally taking your rope and you're trying to get your horse up there. So here's the cow's head and here's the rope. So I'll try to be right here, and I'll just sit there a minute. I'll be loving on the cow, like, come on, you're fine. And then I will pull my rope, and I'll pop my dallies, and that cow will automatically jump through it. So it catches pretty much their back legs, so their whole front end is in there, and then you just pull back and you got their two legs. You'll dally, and those cows will just flop right over. So when they flop right over, I'll just pop my dallies and hold my rope, and I'll ride as close as I can get, and I'll pull their legs up, and I'll dally, and then I'll tie off, and give her a shot depending on how she's sick. So, planning on coming back hopefully here and running a bunch of cows here, and I want to live here, and this is all pretty much all I really want to do is make good horses, sell fat cattle, and have a couple dogs, and just pretty much just run cows. Biosecurity up here, we'll receive a load of cattle. We'll keep them in the corrals from 3 to 4 weeks and watch over them for a little bit, and then whenever my grandpa is ready to vaccinate, we'll give him a respiratory shot, and then we'll look out for pink eye. Pink eye is pretty bad because you can have a couple cows go blind on you, and who wants a blind cow to, I mean, they're for meat, but who wants a blind cow in general? And then we'll give them 8-way for just a precaution deal, just to make sure that they don't get sick. And after that, then we'll drive them from the corrals, which is 4 miles from here. We'll drive them from the corrals. We'll take them to here or the next field, and for about a good week or two, I'll really come out here on a horse and watch them for a while, and then after that, then I'll start rolling around in the feed truck and still watching them.